What I thought was the most insulting was that when he got sacked, they were doing the.
I was gonna mention that. I was gonna say I totally forgot to mention. I think that was personal. Hello and welcome back to another mother and son post game show for the New York Giants family bonding. And it's interesting because this is the one game out of the last 4 weeks that I decided that maybe I want us to win, and we didn't. So we're gonna get into that. But before we do, we need to do one thing for us. Well, a couple things for us. Mom, what is that?
Yeah, we need you to make sure, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get as many subscribers as possible. At any time that you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button. And of course, you always want to, we need you to comment. Comment, let us know what you're thinking, let us know how you feel, and hit that little bell so you can get all of the updates. Okay, let's get into it.
Mom and Giants fans out there watching, and Saints fans out there watching. 7 sacks. You want to know something? We're at 76 sacks this season. Not since last season. This season.
It's really bad.
We've got a couple games left here. We might break 100. I don't know. It's if we can put up
It's
another couple
possible.
of donuts like we almost did today. We have so many games that are basically donut games or almost donut or like donut games or basically donut games in sacks. Dunkin' Donuts needs to sponsor the New York Giants. Krispy Kreme, someone.
They
I
may
just
already sponsor them. We might just be representing our sponsor with the season.
it's just I hate to make a joke out of it, but because of all that it's caused us with, our $40 million a year quarterback being injured. Yeah, I didn't forget about that. I know you guys didn't. Tyrod Taylor getting hurt and having to go back out there because poor Tommy DeVito is getting banged up again because the offensive line kind of forgot how to play football all of a sudden again. I,
A
but a
week has
better
gone
pass rush.
by.
Also, you have to realize the Saints needed this win more than we did. This is
It's true.
for their playoff hopes. So they played as if it was a playoff game, and we were
Yeah,
just kind of playing just to play football.
right.
Tommy DeVito's playing to get his bearings. They're playing to get to the playoffs. That's pretty much what happened. The
Yeah.
offensive line has been the same. I don't even have to get into that. They suck. They disgust me. They're pitiful. They get worse every season. It seems. They don't, not excluding last season. Even last season they weren't that great. But by standards of last year to this year, last year was great compared to this. This is just deplorable. We've had almost our whole quarterback roster get sent to the freaking IR reserve,
Blue tent
the
and
blue
blue
tent
tent.
and the blue tent. It doesn't make sense. And the weapons that we have, what they're proving that they could stay. Like Wan'Dale Robinson, like that was a good draft pick. Bellinger, although I didn't really see much of him after he took that big bang, that big shot in the first quarter. Waller's back, although once again, there's not enough time for anyone to get any sort of development or get some sort of momentum or their groove back because the offensive line can't hold up. So, and that problem's going to continue until it's actually truly addressed, whether it's in the
Yep.
draft or in the offseason, signing actual offensive linemen who aren't either people from other people's benches or someone coming off a practice squad and trying to make them into a starting lineman, because that is not how you change or develop the offensive line to give us some sort of actual time or foundation, whatever you want to call it, for our quarterback and skill guys to develop their sort of rapport so they can actually have some sort of communication and some sort of understanding of one another. Because sometimes when they go out there and run routes, they don't even look like they have any sort of genuine connection. It doesn't look like there's anything sort of developing because you can't do it when your quarterback's always getting banged up. How do you feel
Yeah.
about this game right now?
Well, to see Tommy DeVito out there with his shirt torn, his undershirt torn, whatever he was wearing underneath, that happened somewhere around the fourth sack. He started showing up back on the field with the torn shirt. They really were messing him up out there. And then he's limping and running around. And when they brought out Tyrod Taylor, I thought that was a good idea. And I think at the end, they should have just, that last quarter, they probably should have had him out there again, just to preserve whatever's left of Tommy. What I thought was the most insulting was that when he got sacked, they were doing the.
I was gonna mention that. I was gonna say I totally forgot to mention. I think that was personal.
It was.
The Saints and
Then,
Giants do have history.
yes. And then somebody on the Saints had a Bergen Catholic shirt, which is a rival of Don
It's a rival
Bosco,
of Don Bosco. Oh my
which is where
god.
Tommy DeVito went to high school. So there was all types of in it. Let's see, undercover taunting. I mean, but The purse thing after the sack
Passive
was not
aggressive.
undercover. That was not undercover. So, it's unfortunate the DeVito family traveled to New Orleans to see their loved one out there get banged up.
Mangled.
But that's the season. That's what happens to Giants quarterbacks in this season. That's what happens. He just got lucky for a few games where he didn't get as banged up. Darius Slayton, he's our guy who, when you need him to make some big plays when we're getting close to the end zone, but he couldn't even get to that point. I mean, he was out there twice because we couldn't get there. They provided a defensive wall. Our guys could not get through it.
Yeah.
That's just basically what it was. It was a wall of Saints defense, and we couldn't figure out how to penetrate that wall at all today. It's unfortunate. I'll be interested to see what Daboll says in his press conference, although it's usually the same thing. He never usually has a new statements. But we had a chance, which was odd, to be in the hunt, and that's over. That's pretty much done. Yeah. No more in the hunt, which would have been a fluke anyway to be in the playoffs at all.
I wouldn't have
So
wanted to be there.
it would not have represented what this season actually has been.
No.
To end up in the playoffs, basically because other teams suck just as bad. That's pretty much what's happening here. Because there would have, I mean, in normal circumstances, there would have never been an opportunity for a team like the Giants to even be in the hunt at
No.
this point with such a crappy season. But they were, and it's over, and that's fine. I need to take a look and see where we are as far as draft standings. I'm just hoping, that the rumors that DeVito is going to be, the guy. I'm hoping that they're not settling on that. I'm really hoping that they try to get some really good quarterbacks that are going to be in the draft coming out of college. So I'm hoping that's all. That's all it is. I'm just hoping that we make the right decision in the off season when the draft takes place.
Well, the issue with that is that we paid somebody.
We did. We paid somebody. We sure did.
And the issue with that is we can't get rid of him for at least another 2 years. And our cap space was already really horrendous to begin with before that signing. So you add that on top of it. We're just going to be suffering financially and cap space issues for a couple more years, it seems. Considering with the whole shenanigans with not being able to give Saquon what he wanted, which I think he deserved, but, given his injury history. But, I mean, he's been doing fine this season. But it's just, you can't do anything without any money. And that's why we can't get any actual linemen as well from other teams who are like top linemen because you can't afford it. We can't afford the best lineman at the left tackle position or at the guards or any of that. We'd have to go and, what I said earlier, go find backups or people from practice squads and coach them up and pray that they can become a starter or something. But it's not going to work. It's just this is not sustainable, and it's not going. I think the Giants are going to be like what a lot of commentators have been saying. We are going to be the new Detroit Lions kind of franchise where we're just miserable for a while. I don't see anything changing.
Season after season of rebuilding.
Just rebuilding off of trash and just putting more trash in it. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Because adding Darren Waller, who didn't even get to play the full season, didn't do anything.
Missed five games he missed. It went by so quickly. I didn't realize how many games he wasn't out there. 5 games. He was on
That's a lot to miss.
5 games.
That's a lot to miss. You got Daniel Jones hurt because the lineman can't freaking block. You've got Tyrod Taylor hurt because the linemen can't block. Linemen are getting hurt because I don't know why. Andrew Thomas, Evan Neal, just wasted first round draft picks.
Yeah.
I was watching Andrew Thomas today. He was just holding when he couldn't hold. Actually blocked them correctly. He was holding, and they were still getting to the quarterback for sacks. It was just like I can't even hold right. like when I see linemen who hold, they get the flags because they're holding for real. That's our number 3 overall draft pick. Everybody, we've got the Rams. We got the Eagles next week, and then the Rams, and then the Eagles to finish off the season. Correct?
Yes.
So
lovely, Merry Christmas, fabulous Christmas game that will be miserable from the son and I because we'll be in Eagles country during that game. We will be at an event with a bunch of Eagles fans. Very disturbing. I don't even know how we're going to do our show. We'll figure it out, but
that may just be we just don't do the show. I don't know.
Maybe we'll go live real quick, do a quick short or something. I don't know. We don't know what we're going to do, but it's not, it's not a good thing that the Giants are going to have that type of microscope, if you will, on Christmas Day.
It's going to be bad. There's nothing else really more to say. Let us know what you think in the comment sections below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. What are you guys doing? Come on, help the family, join the family. Share it so everyone gets to see how you feel, how we feel. It's very important that this family grows. It only grows with your support. Saints fans out there, feel free to join. That you don't have to just be a Giants fan to be part of the family.
Absolutely not.
You
Yep.
could just be a
Go
sports
ahead
fan.
and join.
All right, Giants fans, we're gonna need everything we can to go up against these freaking Eagles. So I guess good luck watching it. I can't believe I'm saying that. It just feels weird because you might just your eyes might hurt. You might see some really painful things that just make you want to turn it off. We might get to that point, but we can't do that because we'll be in Eagles country. So just think
Right.
about that. At least you're not being tortured. So we hope to see you guys in our next. We'll figure it out. Maybe it's a podcast, short, live. We'll figure it out. So we'll hope to see you guys then. Until then, enjoy and happy holidays. If we don't see you next week, take care.